All right, I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Stat Junkies podcast. Once again, it's me, the Stat Guru, here with Mike Robertson. On to my right on the phone, we got Coach Kai. How you guys feeling today?
Feeling good, feeling good. What's up with everybody?
Hey,
It's a blessing.
A blessing.
As I say, I didn't realize we're only on episode 33. There's only been 33 episodes.
Big threes. Scottie Pippen.
I guess. Fuck Scotty, though. After all the shit he talking now, fuck Scotty.
I mean, his number was still 33. So that's the only reason why I said it.
Give me another 33.
I actually can't think of one.
What? That's a first. I think I got him.
I think I can't think of one, to be honest with
Kai,
you.
can you think of another famous 33 off the spot?
The Burn.
Who?
Was Larry Bird 33?
Oh, shit. Oh, duh. I forgot about
he
Larry
was.
Bird. Duh.
The Burn, man.
I forgot all about Larry Bird.
Damn, we lacking, bro. We lacking.
Forgot about him.
That ain't it, cuz. That ain't it.
Like basketball players is not my strong suit.
I'm weak. I have no comment on that one. I'm going to just let that one go. Alright, but I think we should go ahead and just dive right into March Madness because that's the biggest thing going on right now, if you ask me.
Yeah.
There's really no point to beat around the bush. Alright, I got my bracket pulled up for them at home so they can go ahead and see this busted ass bracket.
My bracket's toast. Thanks a lot, Michigan State. My shit is toast.
Michigan State did us no favors.
Fucked me all the way up. I was like, yeah.
But we'll go ahead and start off with the Auburn-Michigan State game. How'd you guys feel about that one?
I think I just made my feelings very clear on that one just 2 seconds ago. Nah, for real though. I mean, Janiah Broome came out, did exactly what he was supposed to do. He played bananas. I don't even know what his stats were off the top of my head, but they were pretty crazy.
I got you. He got 25 points, 10 for 13 from the field, 2 for 2 for 3,
14
and 14 rebounds
yeah.
with the hurt shoulder.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I was like, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He's the man on that team. He said, get on my back. I'm going to take y'all to the Final Four. And they're here. So, I mean, Janiah Broome did exactly what he was supposed to do. He's definitely, I think, in my opinion, he's solidified himself to be maybe a number 2, number 3 pick behind Cooper Flagg. Because Cooper Flagg is still the number 1 pick. I mean, I don't know anyone who's even going to argue that. But big ups to Janiah Broome and willing his team to get to the Final Four. Michigan State, I said when we first talked about them, after the first week in the tournament, that
they're weak.
That I was not strong about them anymore. I felt strongly about them going into the tournament. Did not feel strongly after that first week. So I'm not surprised. I'm surprised they made it to the Elite 8 because they should have lost a couple times in the tournament.
They did, and like you, I'll go ahead and add on to what you said about Michigan State. Watching this game, bro, it definitely showed there was no lead dominant scorer. They had no one to take over when it mattered because I think this game, their leading scorer was Kohler.
Right.
Their center, who I don't think has led the game very many games at all.
No.
And that was their leading scorer. Like, it just shows that they're young. I hope that Richardson stays because right now he's actually projected to be a high draft pick if he does leave.
I think Jace is gone. What are you talking about?
I hope
Jace is
bro.
gone.
If he stays, he can go ahead and be a top 5 next year instead of maybe a top 20. Because I don't even think he made the top 10 right now. If you want the bag, stay next year because you're making money from the NIL anyway.
I mean, true. That's true.
So there's really no big rush to leave now. You're getting money.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I mean, they should have gave the ball to him more, in my opinion. But,
I mean, he was 4 for 13. He really couldn't get anything going.
Oh, well.
How'd you feel about the Auburn's roll to the Final Four right now, Kai?
Yeah, one thing that scares me about Auburn is, other than Broome, nobody else really had a good shooting day.
Bro, nobody had 10 points.
No,
over 10.
Like I said, Broome literally carried them. Like, that's no exaggeration this time. Like, he literally carried them to the Final Four.
Yeah, but that makes me nervous going into the Final Four because, you know, we all know everybody's seeing your road to this point, and he's definitely going to be the top of everybody's coaching report. So,
without a doubt, the whole game plan is going to be shut down Janiah Broome. Like, that's it. There is no other game plan.
You're not wrong, and I think it's going to be hard for Auburn coming up. Now we got to talk about this Florida Texas Tech game because that one,
Texas Tech blew it.
JT Toppin and D Williams. I don't know his first name, but those two right there, cold. They freaking cold. All right, the Toppin brothers are nice.
Yeah, they are.
I got hats off to the mom and dad there. They did something right. 100%.
That's Darren Williams, by the way. But
you said they blew it.
oh, they blew it.
I didn't get to watch the end of this one. I had to get up and go.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the end of it either. I think we were doing something, but they were up by like 10 with 5 minutes left in the second half, and then they blew it. They straight up just blew it. They had this one in the bag. Florida just made a surge at the end, and it ended up being too much for Texas Tech. So,
hey, Clayton Jr. is a dog.
Yeah,
all
William Clayton Jr. went crazy. He went crazy the last two games. He's in a similar situation, though, like Kai was talking about. I mean, you had Hall off the bench with 20, but outside of him and Hall, then no one really did anything. I would say you got 7, 2, 6.
Well, I mean, Florida's known that Clayton's going to be your lead, all right? You're going to live or die by Clayton having a good game or not.
So yes, I mean, true. But that's now you basically rely on, is it Broom going to have a better day or Clayton going to have a better day?
That's why I enjoy this matchup so much, because is the big man going to go off or is the point guard going to go off? You can't, and neither one of them are going to be guarding each other, so.
That's true.
I think that one's going to be an interesting Final Four matchup. Who you guys got winning? I'll let Kai go first. Florida or Auburn?
Give me Florida.
You taking Florida? You think Clayton's going off?
I think he's going stupid.
I can see
At
that.
least 35.
Damn.
Okay.
35.
Okay. I mean, he did go for 30 last week.
Mm-hmm. So let's see.
I think he's going to have a hell of a game against Auburn.
Who you got, Mike?
Last I checked, basketball is a big man's game. So I'm going with Auburn.
Is it?
I don't really. I mean, Florida does have those two like 7'7" centers. I mean, they're both not 7'7". I'm exaggerating, but they do got some pretty big boys. So I think Broom's gonna have to take him more mid range, but I think he could do it. I'm going Auburn.
All right. I'm going Florida. I'm not gonna lie. I think Florida got this, but we'll see how it goes. I think it could be either one. Now, we all knew how this one was gonna go. Duke and Alabama. We all expected Duke to mop the floor with them.
Listen, I'll give Alabama credit. They made it close for a while. There was a little while where I was a little nervous, but Duke was just too much in the end.
Hey, I found this interesting thing. So, in 2019, Duke was the number 1 seed with a generational freshman talent.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State was 2nd seed, beats Rick Pitino in the second round. Texas Tech was 3 seed run,
That
and
says
Kansas
Richard Pitino.
Richard Pitino, about Rich. I mean, either.
No, that's a big difference.
I forgot he has a daddy. Okay,
I was like,
forgot.
Rick is the daddy.
I forgot. I just tried to shorten his name and got his daddy. My bad. My bad. White people.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Kansas preseason number 1 loses opening weekend. Same thing repeats itself 2000 this year.
I mean, here's the thing with the Kansas one, though. I feel like every champion that there's ever been has had a Kansas losing in the opening weekend. So,
I mean, you're not wrong. Kansas, they kind of just fell off from being that generational takeover.
Bill Self has 1 championship, and my man is hanging his entire career on that 1 championship.
I mean,
I was like, he is riding high. Thank you, Mario Chalmers, for getting Bill Self that championship.
I mean, when you got one, you got to do what you can do,
Listen,
right?
He's doing it. I give it to him. But when you consistently are coming to the tournament and choking, I mean...
But I will say this, that Alabama-Duke game really showed how well diverse Duke is, because most of the time you only hear about Cooper Flag. But they had the whole starting 5 besides the point guard in double digits. You had... Flag had 16... Yeah, I'm going to let you have that one. I ain't even going.
It's a Maluk.
Maluk had 14.
Malak.
Con Knipple had 21. And then Tyrese Proctor had 17. And they kind of just mopped the floor. Grant Nilsson and... I don't even see... Mark Sears... Yeah, they were They were irrelevant. Not even there.
Irrelevant. And yeah, like I said, we knew this was going to happen, though. No one was confident at all, unless you're a delusional Alabama fan, because we know that they're, especially during football season, that they're out there. So
Definitely.
But yeah, no, Duke all the way. Like I said, I think Duke's going to wipe the floor with Houston and move on, in my opinion.
All right, I'm glad you said that, because how do you guys feel about Houston's Final Four run?
Give it to
Kai, how do you feel? 'Cause
Um,
I know you were big on Houston there at the beginning.
I was really big on Houston coming in, but once again, you know, they're not beating Duke, so the run's over.
Facts. I'm betting the house on Duke, so this may be the lab podcast in this basement.
Houston just hasn't shown me much offense. They've shown me shut down defense, but they haven't shown me that explosive offense you need to win a March Madness title.
Facts.
And that's what scares me about Houston. You know, when you're this deep in the Final Four, you got to have both, and they just don't really have the offensive spark.
I feel that. No, I'm with you on it. I don't think, defensively they're great, but I think Duke just has too much offensively. Like Marcus just said, their starting five all had 8 or above points. So, I mean, it's hard to go against that.
It's hard to beat a team that's clicking on all cylinders, and they're taking off at the right point. Cooper Flag is finally showing his dominance, his true form, and we all know he's leaving now. They keep trying to say he gonna come back and he gonna take $400 million or whatever and stay. Bro, just leave.
If he comes back, he's coming back to buy Duke University. Like, that's the only reason he's coming back. Yes, he's coming back to buy the whole university. So
I feel it. Now,
Duke fans, go ahead and wave him goodbye and go pick up his jersey in the NBA when he goes.
Now we're going to go ahead and move to this women's side, because honestly, that is more interesting to me right now, just because it could go a couple different ways other than the men's side where, you know, Duke's mopping the floor. There's still a clear favorite to me on the women's side, but there's an actual chance for a couple teams to win it. My favorite right now is UConn after Paige Becker's dominant performance yet again.
You mean to tell me that it's not going to be UConn?
No.
UConn's winning this, bro. I'm telling you right now. UConn,
I mean, I have UConn picked. I'm not saying UConn's not gonna win.
UConn's winning
But
this.
Texas can pose a problem, and South Carolina has posed problems to them all times but one, so you can't count them out.
No, I'm not counting South Carolina out. I think they'll definitely make it a game.
I think it'll be closer than what the men's side's going to be with Duke playing whoever they play.
Oh, Duke, yeah, Duke. So
That's why I say I think this one's going to be a little bit more interesting, because there's a bigger margin that UConn could not even beat UCLA, because they haven't played UCLA yet. There's a chance Lauren Betts could go off. She is the biggest person out there, and UConn is weak in the big man, because they be playing Paige Beckers at 4.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Anything can happen, especially in March Madness. But I'm still going UConn. I'm gonna go. Gino's gonna have a game plan for her. I mean, this man's been coaching forever, and he's been coaching at the top of the game forever. Paige is gonna go crazy. I think, honestly, I think it's similar to the Duke situation. I think that UConn's gonna. This is their year. I just think that it's UConn's year. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going UConn all the way through.
Kai, how do you feel? Do you have UConn all the way? Do you think South Carolina or Texas or UCLA could pose any type of problem for them going into this?
I think South Carolina in the finals could pose a slight threat, but I still got UConn on top. Like Michael said, this is just their year. It's storyline for Paige. She needs this one. She's playing like she needs this one.
Bro,
she's gonna get it.
She's playing unhinged right now.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, how do you go against that? You can't.
But I do want to say hats off to TCU for knocking out Notre Dame. They handled Notre Dame that game. I did not see that coming. I thought Hidalgo and them, and now Miles is gone. She transferring out. She said she ain't even going to the WNBA.
No, she
second pick. She hit the portal.
Yeah, she hit in the portal. She gone.
Which I didn't see that one coming. I definitely thought she was
get that bag. She gonna get more money in the portal than she will in the WNBA.
I mean, you ain't wrong. Which we'll talk about that in a second. But I got to give my hats off to TCU because Haley balled out. She played a hell of a game, knocked off Notre Dame, but then you ran into Texas, and yeah, Texas, Madison Book is a dog. I don't think South Carolina is even going to get to the finals. I think it's going to be Texas and UConn.
Wow.
Mark my words. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you.
That's a wild take. No, I'm just kidding. Texas definitely could beat South Carolina. It's definitely a toss-up.
But I do not see Texas beating UConn at the end. This is just, like you said, it's their year. Kind of for men and women's, it was kind of set in stone after the first round.
Yeah.
The two best players on each side came out and put a statement game the first two games, and it was kind of clear, like, okay, they're going to take over. It's their year. They're going to lead, get their championship, get their hoorah.
I'm taking donations for either my Cooper Flag jersey or Page Breakers. So whoever wants to donate to that, go ahead.
No, you better talk to your wife, son.
She donated this house, so.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, because if anybody getting the Page Becker jersey, I'm buying it for myself first before I donate to you.
I didn't say you. I said the people. So I wasn't talking to you.
You trying to get the people's money out here? I get it. I feel it. Now, speaking of the WNBA, Michael, we touched on this briefly.
Yeah.
Kai, I might have talked to you briefly about it. I'm not really sure. But they are calling for a potential sit-out next year, I want to say. Yeah. Or the following year. I can't remember. But they're calling for a sit-out because they are demanding more pay and also better facilities, better playing conditions, better travel. So they're holding out. They're saying they might hold out. How do you guys feel about them demanding more and saying they might not play? After they just gave Caitlin Clark and Liberty more televised game.
Yeah, so here's my thing. I fully agree that they should get better pay. The facilities thing is outrageous. I'm going to take the pay out because I have a whole different thing for that. But the facilities, the traveling, the owners of these teams are rich. They can afford to shell that out. 100%. They can afford to get better facilities and make sure these girls are traveling safely and more comfortably. 100%. That shouldn't even be a question.
They should
get that done.
And better workout equipment. I saw some of them show up to like a hotel room gym.
Did you see a couple years ago in the NCAA tournament, the difference between the men's workout room and the women's?
Yeah, it was like a hotel gym compared to a 5-star gym for the men's.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I was like, it's ridiculous. Now, the pay portion, here's the thing. I fully agree, yes, the women should be paid more. 100%. They shouldn't have to play in other basketball leagues just to make ends meet. 100%. I agree. The problem is that where are they going to get the money from? That is the issue.
I mean, maybe they're banking on the fact that they did get more sponsorships deal from Amazon and then for TV deal rights and everything.
They did. They have made this is the most profitable year that they have ever had. It is definitely on the uptick. It is definitely on the rise, as it should. This took way too long. Let me just put it that way. It took way too long. But even with this being their most profitable year, they still lost $20 million. So that's where I'm saying the problem. It's not the talent. I'm sick of people saying that it's the talent. It's the nobody wants to watch it. Hoop fans, no. Hoop fans will watch them. The only people who are saying these girls can't ball are non-hoopers, people who have never played. So I'm sick of hearing that. But that's the only issue is that they just don't have enough money. And now doing things like giving the Fever as many televised games as they had is going to generate that money.
See, I'm glad you said that because, Kai, I want to get your intake on all this after this question I have to ask. Now, we see Angel Reese plastered everywhere. Everywhere you look, you see an Angel Reese commercial.
I hope the camera saw me roll my eyes. But anyway, go ahead.
Do you think they need to advertise Caitlin Clark and the Asias and the better... Yeah, let's be honest. The better players in the league more. Yes. Kai, how do you feel about that? Because everywhere you turn, you see Angel Reese, but I don't see Paige Beckers. I don't see Caitlin Clark. I don't see Asia.
I would rather see Courtney Vandersloot than see freaking Angel Reese anyway.
How do you feel about all this, Kai?
Kai, you there? Well, guess we lost Kai. But
Can you hear me?
yeah, there
we
we
hear
go.
you now.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I mean, in the NBA, we're not showing 6 men on commercials. So
Facts.
we show LeBron, we show Steph, we show all the KD, we show the name players, the All Stars, the legends. I feel like it should be the same way for the WNBA. Give me Caitlin Clark, give me the Asia Wilsons, give me some throwback players. I think
Maya
that's
Cheryl Swoops.
Exactly.
Go get
Rebecca
Cheryl.
Lobo. Bro,
exactly.
They
I
got a
think
whole
those are
show. Super
they would
Rossi.
get-
Yeah.
But go on,
Yeah,
Ty.
they would bring in more profit and bring in more attention to the way the game's actually meant to be played. No disrespect to Angel Reese, but I think she's absolutely cheeks.
All
That's a whole different
disrespect.
story.
I think she's all defense and rebounding, no
all
offense.
disrespect.
Yeah, she's like Dennis Rodman. Who wanted to watch Dennis Rodman back in the day? Not
Right.
many, so.
Nobody turned on a Bulls game in the 90s and said, "Oh man, I can't wait to watch Dennis Rodman go for 3 steals and 10 rebounds." Like no one said that.
No one did that. Yeah.
But you feel so that's what I also agree. That's why I wanted to bring it up. The fact that I think they need to market and advertise better. The person they're using for advertisement, yeah, she might be a popular influencer, but I don't think she's really promoting the game itself. She might be promoting the brand, but you need to promote the game too if you want to get the paper, because that's what it comes down to. Everybody doesn't watch because it's boring or they say they can't. You got to promote the game because the game is 10 times better than what it used to be.
100% better than what it used to be. And the talent coming up. I mean, Juju, when she recovers, she's going to be up there. Paige is on her way up.
Falage, Olivia,
Yeah. And then
Hannah.
Hannah, like the talent is coming. Now, just like Kai made the point, like the NBA has made it as big and become such a global market because of David Stern's marketing ability. David Stern marketed the game like nobody has ever marketed the game, and that's why it blew up when he was there. And that's why, this is off topic, but I think that's why the NBA is having such a problem, because Adam Silver doesn't market as well as David Stern did.
No, not at all.
But that's off topic. I'm not going to get into all that. But so now the WNBA finally has some stars that people can get behind. So now they have to market them correctly. So if they don't market them correctly, then this is all for naught. Then it's going to get into the same boat. But if they do what they were supposed to do with these stars, then the league will grow. It'll get bigger. And you'll be able to get more televised games, not just the Fever, but maybe wherever Hannah goes or wherever Juju goes, wherever Paige goes. Like, they will all be able to get more games. And then now you're talking the money's flowing, and that's when people can start to get paid.
So you guys are on board with the fact, because a lot of the league was upset and a lot of fans were upset when they heard that the Fever were getting more televised game than the New York Liberty.
Who was upset about this? Like,
Bro, I'm just telling you what ESPN tells me, man.
listen,
It was really a thing. There was a whole segment on SportsCenter, and I don't even watch SportsCenter like that. But the one time I turned it on,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I know there are people upset about this, but
because there's still so much hate for Caitlin Clark. That's
Let
really
it go.
what it is.
Let
And
it
the
go.
Fever added more talent this year, so they're really set to actually make a good run.
that's like everybody being upset that LeBron James is still playing. Like, come on now. Like, just stop it.
When you're good, you're good. You
Right.
can't hate on it.
Right, just stop it. She's talented. She's very good.
Do you agree with the Fever getting more televised game?
Who else you gonna market? Oh, go ahead, Kai.
I mean, once again, I want to watch Caitlin. I don't want to really watch the Liberty. No disrespect, but
I mean, Sabrina Ionescu is my girl. Don't get me wrong, but
Breonna
she's not as
Stewart,
marketable
you feel
as Caitlin Clark is.
You got a face that could take off with the league. You got somebody who you can market well and get it going. Why not put all into it now? Because you saw the bag increase just from her incredible NCAA runs in her first year in the WNBA. So why not throw all the chips on it and say, all right, let's go. This is our LeBron James of the WNBA.
Yes.
Let's ride with it.
Yes.
Here's the keys. Here's everything. Take it. Let's go.
Take the keys to the city, right? Absolutely. I was like, I fully agree. And it's wild to me that people are still hating on Caitlin Clark for no reason at all. So it's dumb, but whatever. People that are just allergic to money, I guess.
You're not wrong, but now let's move on to the NBA because I want to give a shout out to Alex Rodriguez's group acquiring full ownership of all Minnesota teams for basketball. I think that's men's and women's.
Yeah, that's all of them.
A-Rod out here just buying everything, right?
He got the money.
What is up with which I'm not mad about it. We'll talk about it for a second. Because I just saw Tom Brady own 6 teams.
Yeah, I mean, owning teams is profitable. Like, if you can own a team, you're rich. Because you get a portion of whatever they make.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I feel like you didn't really see players beforehand. Now we're seeing, if you were great, you own a team now. If you retired somewhere in the last 5-6 years, you at least have 3 teams.
Well, look at the differences in contracts.
LeBron and Patty got teams, and they're still in the league.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look at the difference in contracts. They weren't giving out $300 million contracts back in the day.
Facts.
So
didn't Patty Mahomes just start a soccer team?
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. I was like, they have the money to do so. And plus, like, back in the day, they were just jocks. They were just, I'm going to play football forever. There was no, like, there's a football player that's catching slack right now. I can't think. Oh, Puka Nacua said it. Puka Nacua said he doesn't see himself playing football forever. He thinks like 8-9 years and then call it done. And that's because he's like, I want to be able to grow old and not have to worry about my brain being mush by the time I get to that point. Like, there's more and more players who are more concerned about what comes next than just, I'm here playing football right now and this is what I'm going to do forever. They're starting to think outside the box and they're starting to think for the future. So, I mean, it's a good thing.
I ain't mad about players owning teams. They know what's going on.
That too. I was like, who knows better than someone who was in the trenches, who did it?
How do you feel about the whole new wave of retired players buying teams, Kai, and starting whole teams?
No, I love it. I think it's a great investment. They're building generational wealth for their kids. Back in the day, like Michael said, they were just jocks. They get their money and spend it as fast as they could. I mean, and now, go ahead, Marcus. Say what you're saying.
AI said he spent He went through $200 million on just cars, clothes, and jewelry.
Shaq said he spent his first bonus check, which was like $1 million, in 2 hours.
AI is hyping up Shaq because they just started a league together or something together to help promote wealth for AI.
Exactly.
But go on, Kai.
Exactly. So now they're building wealth for not only them and their kids, but their kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great thing. And like you said, nobody knows the game like somebody who's been in it and has been a pawn of other owners. So
and you're getting the greats. You feel me? They're not just randoms.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it'll help the league out. It'll help the league run better, help the players get more what they deserve out of the league. So I think it's perfect.
Yep, I agree. I 100% agree with that.
I'm all for it. I love to see it. I just wish I had enough money to go ahead and invest in one of these teams.
I would not be sitting here if I had one of these teams. Just telling you that right now. It'd be a different co-host. I would not be sitting.
But we'd have the fame to do it then. We wouldn't have to start from the ground up.
Listen, I wouldn't be here. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. If I owned an NBA, any major sports team, I would not be here.
Kai, you sticking with the pod if you own a major sports team?
Hey, we better get signed to ESPN or something, man.
I mean, we'd have the influence then.
Once we get if we get the Pat McAfee show type treatment, then I'll come back.
Oh, you gonna come back once we get it? That's fucked up.
Once we get the Pat McAfee treatment, I'll come back.
That's fucked up. Now we got to talk about LaMelo Ball, because once again, this man is hurt for another rest of the year. I think he
had to work to get there.
I mean, you're not wrong. How do you feel about LaMelo going down yet again for another season-ending injury? Probably, I think they said that he had to have surgery on it. Only having one full year.
I think it's the new wave that we're seeing in sports, man. They're coming for their paychecks, and once they get it,
I'm hurt, coach.
I'll give you 30 to 40 games, but that's all I got.
The Hornets aren't great, so I understand.
Oh, yeah. I think he should have been shut down anyway. just for the hell of it. They ain't going nowhere.
Okay, but hear me out now. Now let's talk about Zion, because let's talk about another hurt player that's hurt all the time. Is Zion starting to give you Joel Embiid vibes? My man has missed like 4 or 5 seasons now. And finessed him for like $140 million or something like that.
All I want to know is who his agent is, because I need to give that man a handshake. But as far as Zion giving me Joel vibes, I think Zion did it better. To be honest, I was like, Zion did it better. I was like, Joel's trying to get his game up. What you talking about? Joel still goes out there and plays occasionally. Zion don't ever play. So, I mean,
and he ain't got a bag.
He got a bag. He sits on the. Listen, he's been to more basketball games than the season ticket holders, and never stepped on the court. And so he somehow secured a bag. So I mean,
but because he was a phenom, high school phenom, 1 year, blew out his shoe in college.
If that's the case, if we're going off of high school phenoms, Brandon Jennings should be a lot more paid.
It wasn't big back then, right?
That's all I'm saying.
Kai, how do you feel about Zion? Is he starting to give you Joel Embiid vibes?
I think the IRS needs to come for him.
Fact.
He is defrauding the whole NBA, man.
Sue this man. Sue
Please.
this man.
Please.
That's what
25 games is not a good average you want to be at for an NBA player.
Damn, is it really 25 games?
How long is he?
I don't know if it's 25, but that's what it feels like.
Look it up real quick. How long has Zion Williams been in the league? I want to say like 5 or 6, because he came in. Well, it had to be after 2019, because that was the.
Yeah, it's after 2019.
So, yeah, my man's been in there 6 years, and I think, has he even came close to a full season?
Hell no.
Half a season?
They said, oh, that's got to be, no way, that's got to be including college.
They're saying he played 214 career NBA games? Cap.
Nah, that's got to be counting college and high school. Like,
my man's getting the bag, and he did it the right way, all right?
Right.
Now, another man who I think, if he isn't paid, is working his way to get paid, because he has turned the whole franchise around. Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
Yes.
My man went from 2023-2024 season, they had 14 wins. This year, they're 5th in the West with 42-plus wins. If my man isn't paid, he's about to get himself a bag.
He needs to get a bag. Detroit's finally relevant again.
And you gotta give it up. They do have a Thompson brother who's doing some things, and they got some young talent there. But we all know it's Cade Cunningham's team. He made the next step that he needed to make this year coming in, because he was looking good last year, but he needed to make another step. It was needed, and I think this year he made the step. Now you gotta add more pieces around him, get it going, and you can see Detroit make a little. I'm not saying finals run, but they can make a little push here in the next 2-3 years. You add the right talent to them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think the JB Bickerstaff is doing great things. Oh yeah, it really does say 214. I still don't believe it.
5 seasons with the Pelicans. What, they play 82 games?
So what's 5 times 82?
You got the phone. I ain't doing math.
I'm doing it right now.
I ain't doing mental math.
I'm doing it right now. So he's played in half.
Zion's played in half of his career
410 games. He's played in 214.
And that's not counting if he actually played the full minutes or if he was just in rehab minutes.
Right, exactly. So
I'm going to chop that down another 4th.
Finesse. Congrats. Finesse. But anyway, back to the Pistons. Yeah, Cade Cunningham and JB Bickerstaff. Well, actually, I'll say JB Bickerstaff, because he finally is giving Cade Cunningham the room to let him grow and to let him take over the team. That's all this man needed. I was like, Cade always had the talent. No one was ever questioning that. Also, big shout out to Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey has made quite a big leap this year, too. So,
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the playoff picture for them while we're waiting.
Yeah, so he made quite a big leap, too. So
I understand. But, Kai, how do you feel about Cade's presence this year and Detroit's presence? Because I got pulled up for the people watching at home. Detroit is 5th right now in the playoff picture set to play the Pacers, who we will talk about next?
Yeah, Detroit. 2 words: young and talented. Do they still have a lot to learn? Yes. Is Cade Cunningham that guy yet? Yes. But will it be enough to push them in the playoff? I don't think so. I think they're still missing a piece or two.
Oh, definitely. I definitely think they're missing a piece or two. But
I do think they'll give some teams a run for their money, don't get me wrong, but I do like the way Cade's been playing. He's really been taking over that star player role that they've been missing for years now. And Jaden Ivey has been a great counterpart to that. He has that extra piece that Cade needs to kind of facilitate off of, and in the next couple years, they're going to be scary.
all right, let's play our favorite game. Put on your GM hats for a second. Actually, first, before we put on our GM hats, we got to talk about the Pacers next too, because that's who they're set to play. And the Pacers, to me, they are one piece away from being an actual threat.
Yeah, you need an actual superstar. Pascal Siakam's not an actual superstar.
Tyrese Halliburton is not going to give you the points as we've seen. He's more of a passer than a scorer. He's a pass first guard.
Yeah, they need to go get someone, I'll just say like Anthony Edwards. They're not going to get Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, put on your GM
saying,
hats. What do the Pacers and Pistons need to make the next step, player-wise?
Pacers need to ask Reggie Miller to come back.
Other than that, because that's not happening.
No. I mean, they just need to make a move and go get a superstar. Like, if they could go get... I'm trying to think of somebody right now off the top of my head.
Well, just give a player like... Because if you try to think of a free agent right now, it's going to be hard.
Yeah. I mean, if they go just a superstar, like Apollo Banchero, if they can work out a deal with...
So a young star, they don't need an old veteran, you think?
No, they just need a young starter. Pascal Siakam is the old guy. So I think they just need to go get like a young star that can come and just put points up. Because like you said, they have defense. They have the facilitator. They just need someone who's just going to come out and just score.
All right, what do you think the Pistons, if they could add one more player to complete that roster, what do you think they need?
I think they need a solid big man.
I can agree.
A solid big man. I mean, Jaden and Cade are going to handle the perimeter. If they go get like a dog in the
right
middle,
now, it's Jalen Duran.
Yeah,
averaging 11 points, 10
great.
rebounds.
Right, they need someone who can average at least 17. 17 and 10, that's the center they need.
And the backup is crash out Isaiah Stewart.
Right, who spends more time suspended than he does scoring points. So, I mean, yeah, that's what they need in my opinion. So, if they can go do that, then I think they'll be set and they'll make a real run.
Kai, what do you think the Pacers and Pistons need to make the next step?
Yeah, the Pacers, they just need that guy who can just score the rock. Primary scorer. I personally would go with someone with a little bit more experience, like a Brandon Ingram.
Ooh, that's a good pickup because he is sidelined on the.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
he's ready to leave New Orleans.
He's not. I would still consider him younger, though. I mean, he's getting up there a little bit, but he's still younger.
He's not old, but he's experienced. You know what I'm saying? You want an experienced scorer.
You're not wrong.
Who's not going to break the bank?
Right.
I can see that because eventually you're going to have to pay Halliburton if he hasn't been paid. And they got another, I can't think of the other guard's name, but they got another guard there who's doing pretty good. But I can see that. What do you think the Pistons should do? Do you agree with Michael saying they need a big man?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a big man that would do them well is like a Rudy Gobert.
So they need a defensive big man?
Defensively. Okay.
Or they don't need a scoring big man?
I think they need somebody who can get down there and just dominate the paint, grab rebounds, and kind of work with the pick and roll at the rim.
I was going to say a Clint Capella would probably be great there.
Hey, that would have been back in the day. Capella would have. I like that. I think you guys are hitting it right on the nail there. Both the Pacers, they need a scorer. They don't have a dominant scorer, so they need to get that done. Then the Pistons, they need a big man to go along with the set screens for Cunningham, help him get his shot more, and to lock down the paint for rebounds and defense. Because you already got scoring, you got young young cats on the Pistons squad that's going to put the ball in the hole.
Yep.
They have defense, but they have no solid big man.
Right.
So I agree. Now, another team I want to talk about is Memphis. Because for me, they're 8th right now. They're in the play-ins. Jaw's been hurt half the year. He's getting back healthy. He's getting back into the swing of things. Do you think Memphis could be a scary team in the playoffs as the play-in team? Do you think that... Well, now that I'm looking, either way, they got to run into the Thunder first round. So never mind.
So nope.
Never mind.
Next.
Never mind.
Yep. No, they're not beating the Thunder, so they're gonna be scary for like the first round, and then that's it.
If the Grizzlies didn't have to run in, actually, see if I fall 8 seed, 7 seed. No, Memphis will run into the Rockets first.
Still
if
no.
they win.
I like the Rockets.
Kai?
I like the Rockets.
Because Memphis can, when they get going, they can beat Desmond Bain.
Yeah, I like Memphis in that scenario.
Nah, I like the Rockets in that one.
And then they got a young rookie. I just can't think of his name right now.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about, but still no.
I do like the Rockets though, but I think that the young, inexperience could get them because the Memphis has had some nice battles.
Yeah.
So the battle-tested team might just be able to prevail against. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to see the Rockets win that one.
I was like, I like the Rockets because they are young, because they can run Memphis up and down the court. And outside of Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson, I don't really see anybody that can keep up with them. Like I said, they can move the ball down the court because they are young, so they can just go. Where Memphis does play a little bit slower, more defensive-minded pace, unless you're Ja Morant. But
All right. Other than that, I don't really see no play-in teams. The Clippers, they are getting it going. I will give them that. Kawhi's getting it going. He's finally back healthy.
mm-hmm.
He's getting it back going. I just don't think that this year or any year for the Clippers are the year, to be honest.
no, there's no years in the foreseeable future where the Clippers are going to be a relevant team.
But I will say hats off to Kawhi for getting things back going.
Mm-hmm.
Kai, how do you feel about the Clippers? Because that's about the other play-in team on the West that I'd say is any type of noise, because you got the Kings and the Mavs as the other teams.
I like the Clippers. They're just they're streaky, man. I'm a big fan of Zubac down low. I think he plays tough. He's a good rebounder. Above average scorer for a center, so that's always a positive. I think it all just depends on who's playing in the series.
Hey,
If everyone's
Zubac is averaging 16 points a game right now.
Yeah, Zubac plays. He's been playing solid basketball. I just think it all depends on if they're healthy or not. You know.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I really think if they're healthy, and they maybe next year if they're all healthy and they get it going, they might be a team that you could worry about a little bit. But as of right now, I don't really see it. My bad. I gotta check on the kids real quick.
Who don't you see?
We're talking about the Clippers right now because
Hell.
with them getting it going.
Hell no.
Kai likes Zubac down low. He calls him a above average scorer for a big man. He is averaging 16 points a game right now. I like Norman Powell. Did I get that right? First name right?
Yep, that's his name.
Yep.
I like his fit down with the Clippers. He got it going at the end of his run with the Raptors, and I think he found his
straight up shoot.
I think now he found his home.
Though, Norman Powell stays with this team, he's going to end up in the retirement club just like the rest of them. So I mean,
so do you think Norman Powell needs to jump ship now while he's got the market to do something?
Absolutely, get out, because these Clippers are a sinking ship, which is ironic because Clippers comes from a ship. So,
all right, now the play-in teams in the East. You got the Heat, the Bulls, Magic, and Hawks. Are there out of those 4 teams? Are there any teams that are jumping out at you? Now, to remind you, either team has to run into Cleveland or Boston first game.
I was gonna say you didn't say the Cavaliers or Celtics, so what are we talking about?
Build up.
Nah, I think nah. I was gonna pull something out my butt there for the
No, the Heat are still trying to.
nothing.
The Heat are still trying to figure it out. Go ahead and X them. The Bulls they're done.
The Bulls are gonna beat them. The Bulls definitely aren't beating the Cavs or the Celtics. So I mean, same with the Hawks or the Magic. So I mean,
See, but let's talk about the Magic because I think they're another team that they're about 1 or 2 pieces away
yep.
from getting it going because they got the Wagner brothers, they got Paulo, they got a nice little squad forming down there and young talent. So let's put our hats on again. Well, really you two because I like asking you guys questions. What do you think they need? And we'll start with Kai first. What do you think the Magic need to be able to get over the hump next year and be actually out of the play-ins?
I think they need a better point guard.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of Cole Anthony, personally.
I know. I hate to say it.
Very subpar at best.
Buns.
He was better in college.
Much better in college.
But they need somebody who can give Paulo his shot without Paulo handling the rock, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Get some dump downs, some wide open
Dump
threes,
downs, some rub screens.
I think they would have benefited if they would have signed Chris Paul. If they would have signed Chris Paul, they would have benefited greatly because of Chris Paul would have got them their shots. He would have got them open. And yeah, I think they would have benefited greatly from someone of Chris Paul's caliber.
So they need a facilitator is what they need, a point guard facilitator type player. I can see that because right now you got scorers. The Wagner brothers, they can score because you saw that when Paulo went down. Yep. And we all know what Paulo can do.
Yeah, Paulo's that guy. So, I mean...
So you give him a point guard that can go ahead and control the game and get him open looks and easy looks, get the ball rolling for him so then he can go in takeover mode and then create his own shots.
Yeah. I would also say, too, they might need another big man.
I don't even know they're big men.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They need to go get like a 5 that can just control the paint. He is someone... I think this is where Rudy Gobert would be perfect because he doesn't need to score. He just needs to play defense and rebound. So if they can go get like a point guard that can facilitate and a center that can play defense, then I think they would be set.
I can agree with that 100%.
Someone like or Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitchell Robinson would fit in perfectly here because he doesn't really score either. He just plays defense, and I think that's the kind of player that they need.
All right. Last team to talk about before we go ahead and get to the topic that we all know Kai's here for. The Bucks. Is it time to just implode that team? Damian Lillard got hurt. Giannis is doing all the heavy lifting. They're now 6th in the East, close to being a play-in team.
If I'm Giannis, I'm seeing what's up with other teams. I'm like, what's up with y'all? What y'all trying to pay me?
Do you think it's time for Giannis to maybe enter the market, see what's going on?
Yep, I think it's been time. If I'm Giannis, I'm looking at the Pistons. Like, yo, what's up over there?
Kai, what you think? Oh, yeah, would be okay. Kai, what you think about Giannis and the Bucks? Is it time to get rid of them?
Yeah, I think he's reliving the same story every year.
Same nightmare. I see it.
Get out while you can.
While you still got time, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm talking to the Rockets. I'm talking to the Bucks. I mean, not the Bucks. I'm talking to the Pistons. Like, what's up over there? What's up with y'all?
I agree. Now, let's dive into baseball. And
baby.
The first topic we got to talk about, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a quick description for the people at home so they can see and try to understand. And we'll let Kai go first about the torpedo bat.
Torpedo! Go ahead, Kai. Take it away.
Let's talk about it, man.
Before you go, these bats feature an unconventional barrel shape that is thinner at the handle and wider at the top, which some believe enhances performance and power at the plate.
So, real quick before Kai goes.
Let me go back to the camera. Let me pull
real
it up
quick
for people.
Before Kai goes, because I have a demonstration. So this here is a normal bat. Thank you, Kai, for giving me this bat. But
yes, sir.
This is what a normal wood bat goes. So you see the handle's skinny, then it goes into the barrel right here. The torpedo bat takes this barrel and moves it down here. That's the purpose of it. What the purpose? Well, I haven't explained the purpose of it yet. The purpose is like it started where the Yankees kind of started it. Is that they were doing it for Volpe mainly, but Jazz Chisholm also took advantage of it. It's for guys who get jammed up because, as you see, if you on a normal bat, if you hit here, you're not hitting a whole lot of wood, so you're not gonna get great contact on the ball unless you really know how to open up and hit this part. You're not gonna do anything with that inside pitch. So they moved the barrel down here, so now you have a little bit more barrel for when you do get caught on that inside pitch. You still can barrel it up a little bit. So yeah, that's the purpose of it, and then I'll let Kai take it from here.
All right, Kai, the floor is all yours. Go ahead and break it down for us non-baseball people, because they love when you guys go ahead and get real terminology with the baseball on the pod. So go ahead.
All right, so what the torpedo bat does is it really allows inside-out hitters, which an inside-out hitter is somebody who extends from the inside of the plate out. It allows them to catch more barrel. It also allows hitters to see the ball deeper in the zone. Now, what's the advantage of this? The advantage of seeing the ball deeper in the zone is now you allow the fastball, you're able to leg it deeper and drive it backside, but you're also able to sit on the off speeds, the curveballs, the changeups. You're able to sit a little bit longer on that and still able to get good wood on it.
Yes.
So for me, I think it's absolutely genius. I think
Do you think
the Yankees did a great job of using science to break down the swing and capitalizing on that. But for it to be deemed illegal would be outrageous. Because at the end of the day, the barrels are the same size, so it doesn't enhance your swing at all.
Yes, because
it's just.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No,
Marcus.
It does fit the requirements. I think you said like 41 inches.
Yep,
what is it, like 3 ounces or something like that?
Yep, 41 ounces, 3 inches. Or, yeah, that. But
41 inches, 3 ounces. All right,
Correct.
I thought so. So I thought I read that real quickly. So it still does fit in the requirements that.
Yeah.
So they didn't add, they didn't take, they didn't make anything. They just made a different design within the requirements. And like Kai said, you know what? Round of applause for the Yankees. Round of applause, because I know Kai couldn't wait to talk about this.
Yeah.
Their game alone with the nine home runs or some shit like that, I think showed the exact reason why these bats should be. And I think they're calling it might take over the league by halfway through the year. They're calling every team might take on, because even the Diamondbacks, after they saw what the Yankees did, said, hey, we might have to go with that.
Look what Ellie De La Cruz did like a couple days after. He had 2 home runs and almost hit for a cycle. I mean, like Kai said, the purpose of it is just for you to get more barrel on those inside, like for the inside out hitters to get that more barrel. So again, to give you a visual, think about like, you know, those old cartoons like Looney Tunes where like stuff would crawl in the walls and stuff like that. Think about this barrel just being moved down here. That's all they did. It's not bigger. It's not any more like you can't swing it harder or anything like that. All you did was just move the fat part down to here. That was it. So no, I agree with Kai. They should not be illegal. I mean, even if you have a torpedo bat, if you still can't hit, it's not going to make a difference. So, I mean, I fully agree with Kai here.
So it's not like corking the bat?
No.
Just to give you guys a reference of an illegal thing to do. It's not giving the advantage of what it would do for a cork the bat?
Yeah, like if you cork the bat, you're going to hit the ball harder. Like that's cheating. Yes, 100%. But yeah, if you move the barrel down and you still can't hit an inside pitch, it's not going to make a difference. You still can't hit an inside pitch. It's not going to do anything for your game.
So you guys are all on board with the torpedo bat?
I love it. I think it's great. I love when they come up with new ways. The only thing I will say is I hope that this leads to more base hits and not just home runs. Just because I think that's what baseball needs. I mean, I'm a baseball purist. I'm here for the home runs. I don't care. But for the more casual fans for baseball to
Yeah,
get bigger.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to see some doubles, some triples.
Right.
I love my home runs. Don't get me
Right.
wrong, but I'm trying to see leg out some couple hits.
Right, exactly. And that is more exciting, I'll be honest. Like, it is more exciting to watch a guy leg out a triple, or is he going to make it to home before the throw? Like, it is more exciting to see that. So I hope it does lead to more base hits and not just home runs. But, because that's just what baseball needs to kind of grow its fan base and bring more people in.
Now, if you guys can answer this, is it just the Yankees really using this bat right now, or is it more teams than just the Yankees right now?
Yeah, no. Max Muncy for the Dodgers is using it. Ellie De La Cruz is using it. Francisco Lindor is using it. Will Jeffers of the Twins is using it. All kinds of people are using it already.
I saw the Diamondbacks. They said that they are thinking or might make the switch, or if they haven't made the switch.
The Atlanta Braves already ordered some bats. So, but here's
and it's not full teams using them either.
No,
the bats are designed for a certain type of swing.
Right.
If you don't have that type of swing, then the bat's not really going to benefit you.
Right.
Okay.
It's the fact that a normal bat actually puts this type of swing at a disadvantage naturally.
Correct. That is, and they're fixing that. That's why Volpe was a main target for this, because his swing is a huge disadvantage for the inside pitch. So yeah, 100% agree with Kai there. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Never mind.
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm seeing more hits. I'm seeing more dingers. It's bringing the bat alive. It's giving the hitters more chances at the plate. So for me, as somebody who's not a baseball purist like you guys who love to watch baseball and love anything, live, sleep, breathe baseball, it's definitely more interesting for me. I definitely kept up. I didn't get to watch any of the opening day games or anything, but I was definitely watching the stats like, oh, okay, I might actually have to tune into some baseball this year.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So I remember now. So everyone's talking about, opening day, the Yankees. That's where all this controversy started. Aaron Judge hit the majority of those home runs, and he doesn't use the torpedo bat.
Oh, that reminds me.
I was like, so my man's just hot right now. He's going crazy.
Now there is talks. Now I'm not sure how deep it is, but I did see the article, and I wish I probably got a clip somewhere. But they're saying that Stanton, they're saying he changed this right here. Actually, he made adjustments, and his adjustments was he changed bats. One of the adjustments he made, he changed bats, and he changed it to torpedo bat. And now they're saying the bat adjust. Last month, Stanton alluded to bat adjustments he made last season as possible reason for his elbow problems, tennis elbow.
So what was the problem the last 5 years that he's been hurt?
I'm gonna tell you the problem with Stanton.
Break it down.
With Michael Stanton. Let's not call him Giancarlo. His name's Michael.
That is true. His name is Michael. Until he starts hitting again, we'll give him Giancarlo when he starts hitting again. But until then, he's Michael.
As somebody who teaches the techniques of the game, his swing is awful.
It's garbage.
If he wasn't 6'7", 250 pounds of pure muscle, he would not be an MLB baseball player, and that's just honest facts.
Preach.
Hey, tell us how it is, man. Y'all know better than us.
His swing
is awful.
I'm surprised he hasn't torn his UCL yet, to be honest with you.
And for us who aren't common with those injuries, what is that?
That's a tendon between the back of your elbow. It's pretty detrimental in baseball because you can't throw.
Yep.
No. Okay. Yeah. Well,
a lot of pitchers have that issue. That's why you see a lot of pitchers' careers end early because of that UCL injury. Because, like Kai said, it's pretty detrimental because baseball has a lot of throwing, and you can't throw if that's hurt.
So Kai, you're saying right here, right now on the Stat Junkies podcast, Stanton is not the bat. ESPN or whoever asked him the question and tried to allude towards it. It's not the bat. It's a swing. Fix your swing.
Give me your height and your weight and your strength ability, and I guarantee I out-hit you.
Without a doubt. I agree with that. I would take that odds.
All right. I just had to figure it out because I'm not a baseball guy. So when I saw that, my first mind was, oh, maybe it was the bat. Maybe.
No, it's not.
I don't know much about this bat. Maybe that caused it.
It's not.
To all my little league hitters out there, the bat is not going to hurt you, and the bat is not going to help you.
Facts. Facts.
Your swing has to be good. Point blank. Period.
So here, actually, I have a slowed
see me.
down version of it. And look, see how his hands, there's no body movement whatsoever. He's just kind of throwing his
Bro,
arms
you
out
you watch this whole part literally flex when he hit that shit,
Exactly.
bro.
And
you watch the whole bicep area take like all the pressure.
Yeah, right. Like, see, he's just stepping, he's leaning forward, like, and then he's trying to, like, straighten himself back up. But like you see, he's all arms. There's no body.
That whole Kai, I just, because I know you're not here with us, Mike pulled up Mike Stanton, my bad. Mike Stanton swing and had it in slow-mo, and I saw this man's bicep about tear just from making contact with the ball.
That's exactly the point.
It literally looked like it was all the point of pressure was on that part and just that part alone.
Yeah, like that's exactly the point Kai was making. Like,
He doesn't know how to use his body.
exactly. Like, for everyone who doesn't play baseball, and your body, your lower body is where the power comes from. It's not your upper body. Your upper body helps. Don't get me wrong. Being big and strong like Mark McGwire and stuff like that helps. But if you don't have the proper mechanics, you're only just going to injure yourself, which is what we're seeing with Mike Stanton. So, yeah, you got to start from the body. You got to use the body. That's the issue. It's not all arms.
All right.
Coil, turn barrel, and tilt. That's all you need.
I was just about to say.
Coil, turn barrel, and tilt.
Say it one more time into the mic for the people at home, Kai. Break it down for him one more time.
Coil the body around the back hip, turn the barrel, tilt.
There it is.
That's all it is right there.
There it is. There you go. Nothing else to say about it. So, yeah, that's Mike Stanton's problem. It has nothing to do with the torpedo bat. It has nothing to do with his regular bat. He just needs to fix his swing. He's not going to at this point in his career, but that's the issue.
All right, now
That shit broke.
Now let's talk about some teams before we end this pod. First team we got to talk about, of course, is the Dodgers and how incredibly hot they are right now.
First team to win a championship and then start the next season 8-0. Thanks to Shohei Ohtani with his walk-off home run last night.
Are you guys seeing any downsides right now? I know it's only 8 games and it's still early, but you got to see at least all the pitchers pitch, at least their hitters get through a couple different pitchers. Are you seeing any faults in their game right now?
I mean, Roki did have a bad showing, but I mean, that's his debut, so I'm not going to hold him to it too much. But other than that, no. This team can hit, this team can play defense, and they got the pitchers. So, I mean, the Dodgers look pretty strong to me right now.
Kai, do you agree? Do you see
Hot take. Put Roki in AAA.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he should.
He's not ready.
I agree.
Yeah, Roki Sasaki is not ready.
So
Yeah.
you're saying move him down, even though the hype was big for him. He isn't coming in and making a Shohei impression first year.
No, I would put him. Anybody remember Daisuke Matsuzaka?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the vibe I was getting.
Of course.
It was Daisuke Matsuzaka.
You said Boston right there, baby. My ears perked up.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of the vibes I'm getting from him. I agree with Kai. He needs to go to AAA.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried if it was just the opening day start, but he had 2 starts in spring training that look exactly like his opening day start.
Yep.
So you're saying move him down like they moved Holiday down when he was the first pick?
He has the yips right now, man. And the only way to get rid of the yips is to dominate some hitters, and he's not doing it at the MLB level.
So you say move him down to just a AAA, or does he need to go down?
Yeah, I think AAA.
I mean, start at AAA and see how it goes. You know, if he's still struggling, then move him down. It's nothing against him. He can move right back up real quickly, but he's just not ready right now.
Hey, we see people move up and down in the MLB. I will say I get props to the MLB because if you're shining, they gonna give you your chance. Like Ellie, he started shining, and my man took the keys and ran off. And we're gonna talk about the Reds in a second.
Don't get it twisted. It's a grind in the minors. Like there's guys who I think their Orioles just brought up a guy who's a rookie season and he's 32. So like it's a grind.
You can make a career grind in the MLB minors.
But if you, like Marcus said, if you are doing the work and you are putting up the numbers like at Ellie De La Cruz, you'll get brought up. They're gonna bring you up.
They're going to give you the chances, just like the Padres with signing Jackson Morrell for 9 years, $135 million.
Yep, Jackson Merrill.
Merrill, my bad. How do you guys feel about the Padres and signing them and their hot start to you? Because they're also another team that I'm not sure if they're still undefeated.
They cooked my Guardians.
But
They are.
So I think they're one of the, there's only like 2 or 3 undefeated teams.
Yeah.
There's two.
Two in
Padres
the
and
same. They're in the
Dodgers.
same division, right?
Yep.
Hey, look at me starting to learn my baseball.
Yep, the Padres and Dodgers. Kai, go ahead first, and then I'll make my point on the Padres.
The Padres, I'm really liking it, man. You've only given up 11 runs, which is the lowest in the MLB right now.
Insane.
You're giving up 1.2 runs a game.
Yes.
You're going to be in pretty good shape, man. Their run differential is a plus 25, which for anyone who doesn't know baseball, that means they've scored 25 more runs than they've given up. And
Thank you.
you're on a good track if you can do that consistently. So I'm really liking where the Padres are.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Plus, the Padres are a very interesting team to me because I like the way they built their team. Excuse me, sorry. So, for those of you who don't know how the Padres built their team, they took a bunch of shortstops, in which everyone who plays baseball knows that the shortstop is typically the more athletic player on the field. They took a bunch of shortstops and turned them into other field positions. So, like, Machado was a shortstop at one point. Jake Cronenworth was a shortstop at one point. Jackson Merrill was a shortstop at one point. So, like, they turned all these players and said, hey, I need you to play other positions and use your athleticism. So now you have a bunch of athletes. Because, sometimes with baseball teams, you have, like, your right fielder isn't... Like the Guardians, for example. John Kinsey Noel is not an athlete. He's just a big dude who can hit a lot of home runs. He's not going to track down a lot of balls in the outfield, so that's why they put him over in right field. But now you have... Fernando Tatis is your right fielder. Like, there's athletes everywhere.
Wasn't he a shortstop?
He started as a shortstop, right? Exactly. When his name got big as him as a shortstop.
I thought so. I thought he got big as a shortstop. Then moved. A lot of, what I realized before we go on, a lot of the players that are like big, like didn't Soto start as a catcher, or was I crazy? Did Juan play catcher at one point for the Nationals?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No. That was just a fever dream for me.
Yeah, that was a fever
He's always been an outfielder.
Now, Bryce Harper started as a catcher at one point. He did come in as a catcher initially and then moved to the outfield. So maybe that's who you're thinking of, because he started with
I knew somebody started at the Nationals as a catcher and then made moves.
Yeah, he started as a catcher and then moved to the outfield and then moved to first base. So, yeah, that's Bryce Harper.
Didn't Santana start as a catcher too?
Santana, yeah.
Santana
started as a catcher,
and
then, which is the natural progression usually, is like as a catcher gets older, then he'll move to first base, just because, your knees can't take it as much. So, that's just a natural progression of things.
How do you feel about the Padres taking athletes and moving them around, Kai?
It's genius. If you want to have a good defensive team, you need athletes on the field, point blank, period.
Right.
And the athletes they have could just so happen to swing it too,
Exactly. That's the
and they're really getting carried by their stars right now. Tatis is hitting a 423. Merrill's hitting 417, and Machado's hitting 400. So
you can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, when your big three are all hitting above 400 right now, you're in a good spot.
Because you want to know who big three is not performing? Well, I don't even want to call it big three. You want to know who's not fucking performing at all? Let's just get down to it. Because it got me hot. I got it right here. My man Rafael Devers.
He did. He just got a double. He got a double yesterday.
This motherfucker here.
He did.
What's that? His first hit of the year out of 21 plate appearances.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be the star of the team. You were battling with Brett. Oh, you don't get third base. You should be on the bench.
First off, the whole thing, like I said when that was going on, Rafael Devers has led the league in errors the last 2 seasons. So I don't understand why that was even a conversation.
Bro, you should be on the bench. The way you're hitting is terrible. You were supposed to be the face of this team. What are you doing?
They're talking about moving him back to the minors.
With the way he's hitting, he might as well go to the double-A. He might be able to put bat on ball then.
Mm-hmm.
This man, oh my, he has me hot. I'm not even.
So the thing with Rafael, I'll make a point with Rafael Devers, and then Kai, I'll let you go. Kai can attest to this too. Baseball is a very, very mental game. Very mental game. And that's why you see so many baseball players who are superstitious. Something as small as taking him out of the field could really affect your
'Cause he
swing,
did
like the
get
way
moved
he
to
thought about
DH.
it. Right. Something as small as that, which to non-baseball players, it makes no sense. You're
To
like,
me,
he's
that
still
sounds
hitting.
like you're just a bitch. I'm
Right.
not gonna lie.
Exactly. And I get it. But something as small as throwing off your routine can really affect your swing. It could really mess up you at the plate and the thought process behind it is like DHs have a hard time staying locked in or staying engaged because they're just sitting on the bench until they're ready to go hit. So that's what people are saying is probably happening. And it does happen. There's a lot of, if you look down the history, there's a lot of players who went from the field and went to DH and just stopped hitting. Like they just stopped
Yeah.
because they weren't as engaged as they used to be when they were in the field. So that's what I think is going on with Rafael Devers. I'm not saying it's an excuse.
I hope
'Cause,
that's what's going on.
You're still getting paid to hit the
Nah,
ball, so figure it out. But that's something that could happen. But yeah, just figure it out. You're getting paid to hit.
What do you think, Kai?
Something needs to change. He needs to go to AAA, AA, fish fillet. I don't know where he needs to go. But it ain't with the slacks right now.
Hey, you need to come see Coach Kai for a hitting
Coach
course
Kyle,
real quick.
like, yeah, fish.
Please, because he has 27 at bats and 16 strikeouts.
I'm glad you got the updated
Golly,
because I
man.
had like 2 days ago.
Golly, 27.
27 at bats,
I didn't realize it
16
got that bad.
strikeouts.
16 strikeouts.
Bro, you think I was hot for nothing? No,
No.
my man is garbage.
Yeah,
Dog water,
gee,
hot
that's-
dog water,
that's
bro.
bad.
Dirty hot dog water.
That's bad. And I mean, baseball is a sport that celebrates guys. They go to the Hall of Fame for hitting the ball 3 out of 10 times.
3 out of 10's all you need.
I was like,
He
3
can't
out
even
of
get
10
it 1
times.
out of 10 right
Exactly.
now, bro. Like he, but
You-
a shot.
you-
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was gonna say, you bet 3 out of 10 times you get a hit 3 times, you're a Hall of Famer.
He can't even do that right now.
Yeah, right.
My man batting little league status right now. All right, the kid that just swings, he's giving me Javier Baez just swing at everything type vibe right now.
Oh,
All
God,
right,
yeah, I forgot he. Yeah, that was quick, Ryan.
giving me his plate appearance. But I will say a shining star for Boston.
I was getting ready to say, talk about your boy
Willier, I think you said
Yeah,
his name.
Wilyer
Wilyer Abreu.
leading the team and everything right now.
Oh yeah, he's hot right now. 5, or it might be updated now, but right now I have 5 games played, 11 at bats, 5 runs, 7 hits, 6 RBIs. He's literally the whole team.
You guys got another young star in Kristen Campbell.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, he is, I am peeping his stats right now too. 6 hits, 4 runs,
He's a
16
rook.
at
He's a rook,
bats.
too.
And you guys got one coming up that didn't make the team out of spring
Roman
training.
Anthony.
Yep, I'll say Roman Anthony.
Hey, I told y'all, I'm waiting
Don't
for
they-
Boston to get it clicking. 'cause-
Don't they have Marcelo Meyer too?
Marcelo Meyer, yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I was talking about. But yeah, Roman Anthony or Marcelo Meyer.
like I said,
still weird.
we have some talent. We just gotta get it figured out because you got Duran. I like Duran. I like Bregman pickup. If Devers ever finally gets his head out of his ass, he's a great person to have on the team. Now you throw in these young talents. I can't tell you who's Boston's pitchers are. I know that it might be William
They got Tanner Houck.
Bueller.
Tanner Houck. He's
Bueller.
They got Garrett Croquette, too.
Yeah, Garrett Croquette. They got him from the White Sox, and then like you said, Walker Bueller. So they actually have a solid pitching staff. If you have 3 solid pitchers, you're doing okay.
So like I said, we're not. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the season before it started, I'm not expecting a terrible year from Boston, but I'm not expecting a playoff appearance.
To-
I'll tell you that right now. But I'm not expecting us to be as terrible as we've been in the past.
Yeah.
I
Definitely
definitely
be a better
expect to
team.
see an improvement.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not saying a positive, where we're above 500, but we've been struggling for a while now.
I think they'll be above 500.
I hope. I mean, I don't like to have Boston. I really done lost all my hopes with them.
I see.
They got a stacked division, though, man.
It's
Yeah,
tough
they
when
do
you
have a
got
tough
the
division.
Yankees and who else?
Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, and Rays.
Which
Yeah.
The Orioles are nice.
Yeah,
And the Rays are pretty good too.
You feel me? So like the odds are stacked against us
Yeah.
because you know New York gonna smack our ass. The 8 times they play. But
What's the goal?
another team we gotta talk about just because it's your team, Mike. The Guardians. How do you feel about the Guardians right now? What weaknesses and strengths are you seeing right now?
We just don't have any bats. Like, that's what I've been saying this whole time. We don't have. I mean, we have Gabriel Arias is our second baseman who, I mean, he's not bad, but he can't hit.
Quan looks like he's getting some hits
Yeah,
for you
Quan,
guys right now.
I'm not worried about Quan.
Quan?
Quan's
Okay.
going to get hits. Quan, that's what he's a hitting machine.
Yeah, I'm not real hip on.
He's
him.
I mean, he's going to hit above 300 every single season. That's just what he does. I ain't worried about him. Manzardo is providing a little bit of power, and Santana's getting going now. He's starting.
Y'all still have Santana?
No, we signed him back. He was
Okay.
gone and then signed him back. I need Lane Thomas to get going, but that's just the issue. Is like our only real like threat at the plate is Jose Ramirez. I mean, every once in a while, John Kinsey will give us a home run. Lane Thomas is good for a couple hits, but yeah, our only real threat is Jose Ramirez. So we just need, which it's hard for small market teams to do, but we need to build, just get like one or two more good bats. Our pitching is doing okay. Besides Ortiz needs to go. I was like,
It's already
Ortiz.
time for Ortiz to hit the road?
Yeah, Ortiz had his ERA in the spring training was 15, and then he just got lit up for 7
Ooh,
in his
yeah.
debut.
Hey,
against,
move him down.
Yeah,
Move him down.
I didn't know how he made the team, but and once Bieber gets back, he'll probably get bounced out the rotation. But yeah, we're gonna have to heavily rely on our pitching. That's it, which is what our MO has been every single season, is rely on pitching and defense, and then hopefully we get a hit. That's just been the Guardians' MO for as long as I can remember.
Do you agree with him, Coach?
No, actually, I think their pitching's awful.
I think the pitching's awful.
I love it. I love
I
Bybee,
it.
think the pitching's awful.
Controversy. Bring it. Let's
I think
hear
Ben
it.
Lively had a terrible outing.
His second outing, yes, but his first outing, he was lights out.
Yeah, but he has 7 earned runs in 9 innings. That's not a pretty good ratio to have, you know.
I'm pretty sure, but only 4 of those were earned. The rest of those were not
Nope,
earned.
7 were earned. Son,
They gave
7
all
earned.
7 of those to him?
7 earned, Playboy.
That's crazy. They should not have given him all 7. But
Allen has 4 earned in 5 innings pitched. Williams is your only one who's holding, and Tanner Bybee.
yes.
But Ortiz 7 earned and
Yeah, Mike already said
in
Ortiz
4
needs to
innings
go.
pitched. Clase is giving up 1 earned and 3 innings pitched.
Yeah, Clase is not starting off like he did last
Antillo has given up 1 earned and 3 innings pitched, and Seawold has given up 2 earned and 2.1 innings pitched.
So you're saying Cleveland needs to step up the plate, not step up to the
I
mound.
think their bullpen needs to step up. I mean,
The
their hitting
bullpen
is
needs
awful too. Don't get me wrong,
year. Yeah, the
but
hitting's terrible.
Okay, now I guess let me ask this question first. Now, is it to the lack of talent at pitching, or just the lack of performance that they're performing?
lack
at
of
right now?
performance.
Lack of performance.
Lack of performance.
So they got the players, they're just not performing to where
Right.
they should be right now.
Yeah, once Bieber, I'll say once Bieber gets back, we'll have, like I just said, if you have 3 solid pitchers, you have a pretty good rotation. We'll have Williams, we'll have Bybee, and we'll have Bieber. So I mean, we'll have our 3 solid pitchers. The bullpen is Kai's right. I forgot to mention them. The bullpen has been terrible.
Sometimes, hey, a lot
Like, I'm
of
not
people
gonna
only
lie.
forget about the bullpen, but the bullpen does matter.
But like, if you watch the playoff run that we made last year, the only reason we made it is because of our bullpen. So we have the talent.
They're just not performing
It's just
to
not
where they need to
performing.
be
So,
right
I
now.
mean,
Okay.
Some teams start off hot, some teams start off cold, and we're definitely one of those teams that are ice cold right now.
And your pitchers have given up 5 home runs in 6 games, which is also not a good ratio.
Now,
to
I
have,
will
so.
give them a pass a little bit because we did well against the Royals, but then we just finished the series against the Padres. So, as we just talked about, the Padres have been batting lights out. So, I mean, I'll give them a pass because they just played the Padres.
So that's like the team that just got done playing the Yankees. You kind of
Yeah,
just got to
right,
give them a
like-
pass because
Yeah, like the Nestor Cortez is pitching right now against the Reds, and he's doing much better than what he did against the
Alright.
Yankees.
And now we'll talk about the Reds in a second. Kai, I want to get your take on how the Yankees are doing because they had that impressive home run game. The bats look alive right now. I looked at the
I just want to
pitching,
throw in that we're beating the brakes off of the Diamondbacks right now, which is well needed.
and from what it looks like your pitching is doing right now, ERA. I don't see nobody with an ERA over 5.
I hope not.
I see the most of 7 hits. Max Fried, I want to say Max Fried.
Fried. It's Fried. You're
Fried?
right.
It's pretty, yeah.
He giving up 7 hits. Carrasco.
Carlos Carrasco.
Oh, so I was right. I was taking a guess. He giving up 5 hits.
Cookie.
Yup, he's a former Guardian.
And Strom. Max Strom?
Matt Strom? Yeah.
Matt?
No, that's Marcus Stroman.
Marcus Stroman? Alright, well, I mean, I was 2 for 3. I'll take it. We all know I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, that's Marcus Stroman.
And he giving up 5 hits. So how do you feel about the Yankees pitching rotation? Because I know that was a big thing for you at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think it's doing kind of as expected, which is not very good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are beating the Diamondbacks right now, but y'all got lit up by them the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the season, we're not known for our pitching. We're known to swing the bats.
Right.
And we're just going to outscore you. I feel like that's going to be the case all year. I mean, even in the games this year so far, they've shown that they're there to swing it, and that's really about it. I do like the way we're looking at the plate. I really love...
yeah, you should be.
I mean...
Yeah, I really love those torpedoes. They're really coming in handy here.
Torpedo!
So
even the games we've lost, though, to the Diamondbacks, I mean, 7-5, 4-3, so they're good ball games.
Oh, yeah, it took a walk-off by Eugenio Suarez, who's also just hot as could be right now, in the first game, and then you guys had left guys on base at the second game. So, I mean, yeah, it's been close competitive games both games.
All right, well, I guess I'll ask you guys this because I haven't looked at the standings and everything. How do you guys feel so far about Mike with the Guardians' performance so far and what they're doing, and then Kai with the Yankees? How do you guys feel so far with opening 2 weeks, whatever you want to call it? How do you guys feel so far about your teams? You liking it? You hating it? You worried?
I wish Travis Bazana would hurry up.
Are you guys nervous? Are you coasting? Where you guys at?
Nervous ain't even the word, dog.
We'll let Michael lead it off.
Nervous ain't even the word. We are in trouble. Help. Call the police. We need all the help we could get. The Guardians are in serious trouble. I just literally walked in the room and told my wife yesterday that I might be a Reds fan this year. So don't be surprised you see me walking around with a Reds hat next. Although they're not doing great either. So I mean,
we're going to talk about them in a second.
Yeah, they're not doing great either.
How do you feel about your Yanks?
I think we're coasting right now. We're in a good spot. Do I like those losses to the Diamondbacks? No, but we got a series with the Pirates coming up after the Diamondbacks.
Y'all might put up 100.
Yeah, we should handle that series pretty easily. So that'll get us right back on top of the division.
It's gonna be the first MLB game you ever see end in a mercy.
Well, I'll speak for Boston. That we are 1-4 or some shit like that. Probably a little more losses added on, but it's as expected. I'm not really worried. I'm not expecting great things, as I've said multiple times. I am not I'm a realist. I'm not optimistic here. Not hoping for great things. But we do got to talk about the Reds.
Yes, let's talk about them Reds.
I haven't looked up anything on the Reds, so I'm gonna let you guys take over here.
I mean, the Reds they're in a slump bad right now. So they started off the season pretty good. Then against the Rangers, the first game they put up 14 and looked unstoppable, like just unbeatable. Since then, 2 more games against the Rangers, didn't score a single point, and they're currently in the bottom of the 7th against the Brewers, down 1-0. So they are struggling offensively. They cannot put runs together. Pitching wise, this is the best the Reds have ever done. I mean, their last 2 losses were 1-0 losses, which, I mean, you did your job as a pitcher. Both of those ones were Wyatt Langford took him for deep for a home run in the first game, and I think it was Adolis Garcias took him took him deep in the second game. So I mean, you made one mistake pitch. That's not bad. So yeah, the Reds pitching looks pretty good. The addition with Brady Singer is huge because he pitched in that 14-3 game. So I mean, he looked lights out. But yeah, they just need to get the bats going. They're struggling. I mean, 3 games in a row where you don't score a single run, that's not good.
Not at all. Kai, how do you feel about the Reds?
Yeah, I mean, like Michael said, you don't win ball games if you score no runs. They have one guy hitting above 300, and that's Ellie. that actually plays consistently.
Yep.
And Matt McLean's really the only other one providing spark on the offense with 3 home runs, hitting 250. Everybody else is just kind of having a mediocre to poor season. Spencer Steer, a young guy out in left field, he's hitting us .067. So
when
you have one hit and 15 plate attempts, you're not going to have offense. Offense can't get rolling when guys are consistently getting out.
Yep, 100%. It's hard to put a rally together. It's hard to, because they don't have a bunch of like home run hitters. Like the Yankees, they can put points up because Aaron Judge is going to hit his home runs. Austin Wells is going to hit you a couple. Cody Bellinger is going to put up his home run numbers. Outside of Ellie De La Cruz, they don't really have anybody that can just jack home runs. So they're going to have to string. That was what the team was built for. They're a bunch of young guys who can run. And they just don't have anyone on base right now. So that's the problem with the Reds.
You got to get them bats going. I'd like to say this is a pretty good pod. Remember to like and share on Facebook. We are up on YouTube the very next day after the pod, and we are up on Spotify. We appreciate all the love and support we've been getting. And don't forget, we will be having a special for the NFL for all you people who quit watching because we quit talking to NFL. We know.
Just call them out.
I mean, it's honest. A lot of people love the NFL. That's the ride or die sport. You got to be right now. Baseball is expanding and it is growing majorly. I will say that, but it's still one of those pure sports. It's still hard to get the outside viewer to tune in.
No, I get it. It's more of a skill sport, which is, like I said, I tell my son all the time, like, you could be the best athlete and still suck at baseball. So, I mean, I get it.
So that it's still hard to get the viewership, but they are growing. I won't make it sound like they aren't. They definitely are expanding. But we will be having a special right before the draft to cover everything that happened throughout the year, cover the draft picks, give some of our favorite championship teams, college and NFL wise. So stay tuned for that. And I am working on a boxing special for May 2nd. We can't show you the fight, but we would love to break it down with you guys for you guys watching at home and those who don't get to catch the fight. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, you guys have anything left to say?
No, I'll say thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip.
How you feel? Anything left to say, Coach Kai?
Yeah, the Cardinals just made Trey McBride the highest paid tight end in the NFL, so that's always fun to see.
Oh, Diggs did just get moved to
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The Patriots too.
I forgot about that. He did get moved to the Patriots. It's baseball on the mind.
I quit keeping up with the NFL right now. All the big moves that happen.
Yeah, I was like, I forgot about that.
Well, other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the Stat Junkies podcast, episode 33. And remember, the stats don't lie. We out.
Doses.